What's up YouTube? My name is Joystick. I have a brand new video for you today. We're going to be talking about the supports in Overwatch. This is a meta tier list video. I want to show you guys what I think about the current support meta. What are some of the best, some of the worst picks you can be running in your games. Let's hop right into this. So, starting off, I'm going to bring in Zenyatta here at S tier. I still believe that Zen is the strongest healer in the game. I think Discord is really what makes him like insane, just being able to shred down tanks and take out targets from long distance. I think Zenyatta still really shines in this meta. Even though he actually just got nerfed a little bit, he's still like so good, and that just goes to show you how strong he was before that nerf even. So I think Zenyatta with Discord and that Harmony Orb is still good for healing as well, but I think Discord is really what makes Zenyatta shine in this current meta. I think pairing Zen with just about any other healer in the game is pretty solid. I highly recommend Zenyatta. Bring in Baptiste at A tier. I don't think there is any other S tier healers. I think Zen kind of is on his own, but Baptiste really definitely poses a threat right now. The amount of DPS you can actually do with Baptiste is crazy, right? Amplification Matrix, his ultimate, right? That is just so much DPS on itself. And if you're good at aiming, Baptiste just shreds. So on top of that, he's got really good healing. That AoE healing, that burst healing is really what shines in the meta currently. You want that burst healing onto your tanks, and you want to be able to keep your tanks up through sustained fights. And even if you're running a rush comp, I think Baptiste is decent in rush as well. If you run the Baptiste with the Lucio, I think Baptiste is still really good in that scenario. Highly recommend this character as well. Definitely deserves of A tier. Bring in Brigitte following up after on A tier here. Brig is still one of those characters that's, she's just always been a high tier healer ever since release, and we all know that. It's just kind of just her kit has just been a little bit busted forever, and I don't think Blizzard will ever get Brigitte's kit right unless they completely rework this hero. But Brigitte is still strong. Armor, that armor with Rally is just pretty OP as well. Rally is just one of the strongest ults in the game. You can just W key into the enemy team. You can initiate, disengage, just sustain through mid-fight. That healing with the armor on top of it is really strong right now. So if you're running, Brigitte with even with Zen, Zen's pretty strong. Brigitte Baptiste. Brig Mercy isn't great, but Brig Lucio is decent if you're running a full rush comp and your team is really coordinated. I think Brig is still really good no matter what. I'll bring in Mercy, also at A tier. This was kind of a little bit of a hot take, just because I feel like Mercy players are kind of struggling in some situations, especially depending on what you're running. If your team is fully committing to rush or a brawl comp, Mercy is really bad with that. You can't really keep your tanks up. If you're running a Ryan Zarya, you don't want a Mercy. You just lose, right? You just don't have enough healing there. And Mercy really just wants to pocket DPS for the most part. So if you have a Pharah Mercy, really strong. Echo Mercy, really strong as well. You want to be running the snipers even with Mercy. So you don't want to run that rush style. You want to run that poke comp, that poke damage comp. And that's where really Mercy can get a lot of value. So I think putting her in A tier was a little bit of a hot take. I would say maybe she's more B minus, just because depending on where the meta is going to be shifting to, there's a lot of rush style compositions coming out, and but there's still a lot of those slow poke, double sniper type comps and meta, in the meta, and then you just see Mercy shine as well. So Mercy is definitely still a solid pick across the board. I bring in Lucio, B tier. This was kind of hard for me because I think Lucio is kind of the opposite of Mercy, right? Lucio's really only good if you have that rush and a brawl style composition, right? If you want to get aggressive, you want to spawn camp, you want to run the enemy team down and just W key into them. That's where Lucio is actually insanely good. And that's what, that speed boost brings in that utility. So if you're not running that Ryan Zarya, that Winston Zarya even with the Lucio, I feel like Lucio kind of just does nothing into your composition. You know, if you're running that slow and methodical, you know, double sniper composition, you'd rather have a Zen maybe on a, you don't want that Mercy. You don't want the Lucio pick there. Lucio just, you know, obviously you can get still a lot of value with environmental kills. I think Lucio is still good on like Elio as well, stuff like that, where you can find that environmental kill. Definitely has a place in the meta, but not completely the best pick, even in most compositions. So that's why it's kind of hard to say like B tier or maybe even C. And Ana, I'm gonna say Ana is like a low B hero, even maybe C plus. I almost want to throw Ana at C, just because I feel like there's so many things that can counter Ana currently. There's like a lot of flankers in the meta, you know, Tracer, and like there's a lot of hit scans, and like either if your Ana's not like completely hitting shots, and there's a lot, you know, you got to be an LOS of Ana at all times if you want to get healed. So that's where she becomes kind of a rough pick in the metas. There's so many things going on in different locations. If you're not running that death ball style and that brawl composition, you want to be like nanoing your Reinhardt, you know, nanoing your Winston, and that's where she really gets that value. So it's really, I think Ana's a bit situational. I want to put her in maybe even C tier here, but you know, to give Ana the benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna keep her in B tier. I think there are times where Ana is really good, and if you're getting those anti-grenades, you're hitting your sleeps, like that's actually game changing, right? So you gotta respect that, and, you know, the fact that people will hit those and land those abilities, right? So I think Ana is still great there. Lastly, I want to bring in Moira at C tier. This is you know, pretty obvious. I think Moira, you know, she only gets that real value if you're running Death Ball. But like even if you're running that Death Ball in the brawl composition, I still don't even like Moira. I'd rather have like a Baptiste, you know? I'd rather have the Baptiste with the immortality field, just because you get that extra, you know, utility to sustain your tanks, right? If you're on Moira, you kind of have, you know, a bit of a situation where you have to manage your healing. And if you're not really good at managing that resource with the healing, that's, you know, I think Moira kind of falls short, and you're not, and, you know, you got to be an experienced Moira player if you want to actually, like, you know, sustain in this meta. But like Moira definitely doesn't find like any value if you're running that poke style composition, double sniper. If you're running an Echo, you're running a Tracer, how are you going to heal your DPS, right? It's really hard. So I think Moira doesn't deserve anywhere over C tier, in my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think, but, you know, Moira definitely is a rough pick here, which, you know, that's why she's at the bottom of the list. So yeah, that'll wrap things up, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know in the comment section anything that you'd change, make different. Let me know what you guys think, you know. I appreciate the support on the YouTube channel. YouTube's been popping off, especially the Twitch streams. Make sure you guys follow on me, twitch.tv/joystickow. I'll see you guys on my live streams. Make sure you guys check it out. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So make sure you guys are there, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.